In this video, I'll be showing how to update data by running an import. If you've not already watched the video on running an import or have not run an import previously, I would advise to watch that video prior to watching how to update the data. I'm going to be using the same spreadsheet that I had used in the initial video, except I've added a few columns that I would like to add into my Map My Customer system. The columns I've added are notes, which is a standard field within Map My Customers, as well as date of reopening, which is a new custom field that I've created for myself. In order to re-upload an information through an import, like mentioned in the original video, you need to have a unique ID or a company identifier that is going to be able to allow you to import the data on top of the existing data. If you've not previously used a unique ID and you re-import, you're simply going to create duplicates of the data within Map My Customers. I'm going to go ahead and download this file as a CSV. And then I'm going to go back into my Map My Customers account. To run an import, I'll go to Manage, Imports, and here's where you're going to have the history of me previously running this import. So as you can see, I had created 10 through the import, and these were the ones that are the same as this sheet currently. I'm going to hit Continue and drop in my file. Because I previously imported with unique IDs, it's going to require that I do import again with unique IDs to maintain the data clarity. As we saw before, when I ran the initial import, I had the option to import without or with unique IDs, and now I only have the option to update with unique IDs because I've already previously done it that way. I'm going to make sure again that I'm importing companies and just hit Continue. Again, we get to the mapping field, and with updating data, if there are some columns that you don't feel need updating, such as street address, which I know has not changed, so I just don't want to edit it, make any changes that might affect anything, I'm just going to go ahead and skip the rows that I don't need, or I can map them out if none of the data has changed within my spreadsheet. Again, this was the unique ID is my unique ID column. I'm not mapping my unique ID, so I'm going to skip that. And then I'm just going to double check that all of my pairings are done correctly. As you can see, this one didn't find it right. Pin color, phone, email. The sales region was one that I had used groups for. The fax number, I can either skip it or I didn't make any changes. And then date of reopening, I will add. So now when I'm satisfied with the way that they've been paired up, I'm just going to go ahead and hit Finish. Again, I want to reiterate that date of reopening is a custom field. I created the custom field within settings prior to running the import. You can't create a custom field at the same time that you run the import. I'm going to go ahead and hit Finish, and it's going to bring me back to the dashboard. I'm going to go back into that imports page, and now I'll see that instead of the records being created, the 10 records have been updated. So now if I go into one of these accounts, I will see that my notes have been updated and the appropriate updates have been made to the sheet.